In this video, I will explain you 5 ways how you can find venue for your in-person event. Hello, I'm Mr. Klex, and in the last few years I organized several business conferences. And the first step you do when you start planning your event is to find the venue. I do encourage you to watch this video until the end, because one of the last ways to find the venue is quite tricky and not everybody knows, especially beginners. I didn't know that until someone showed me, and I really like this idea. So watch this video until the end, and also you will later find a link to another video where I will show you how we track in our company the venues we are contacting, the offers we're getting, and I will share with you our process and also the templates. So the first method to find venue for your conference or your event is simple. Just ask your network. Ask other event organizers in your network. You might have some friends who are working in big companies, small companies which are organizing international events, and ask them. Maybe they can share with you a list of venues they were researching for their own events, or they can suggest you some websites in the countries you're looking for the events, for the venues. And this is the first thing which I would do, of course. So it's quite simple, but sometimes it's powerful. So let's move on to the second method, how you can find venues for your event. This might be also sounding quite simple. Use Google or use your favorite search engine. But I will show you some trick which can be very useful when you are looking for the venues in different countries. So let's say we are looking for the hotel style venue in Czech Republic, in Prague. What we could do in Google, we could write hotel conference room, and now if we write Czech Republic, or let's say Prague, we could find we could get certain specific results. That's true, but we could go even more local, and this is the trick which I want to share with you. We could write site column and then .cz. In Czech Republic, all the domain names of local websites, they are ending with CZ. Well, most of them. And by adding this filter, we would filter websites which are really prepared for Czech Republic businesses. And here we have already direct links to the pages of different hotels which are offering their space for meetings and conferences. So for example, Hotel Grandium has a specific page where they explain what they can offer for the events. This is another page. So as you see, most of these results, or if not all of them, are very relevant to our search we are executing. So don't forget to write the end of the domain name of the country you are looking at to create an event. The third method to find event venue could be looking for event organizers in that area where you want to have the event. So you would contact the local event organizers and you would ask them to find a venue for you. Of course, they would get some kind of commission, or there would be another agreement with them, but you could use their knowledge and their experience in looking for the venue locally and just outsource this kind of task to them. So how to find those event planners, event organizers? First, you could try to do it through Google. You could type event planner and then again use the same trick which we used in the previous method. You could just, let's say you're searching for event planners in Czech Republic. You could use event planner site.cz. And here we get several websites where they talk about event planning. Other keywords could be event organizer, event manager, event professionals or professional, and use these keywords, and then you can do, of course, you can write also the name of the city which you're interested. Let's say if it's in Prague or in Amsterdam, event professionals, Amsterdam. You will get probably several references which you can contact and ask to for cooperation to find a venue. Another way to find event professionals could be LinkedIn. It is a social media for businesses and professionals, and you could use their search field and write, let's say, event planners or event organizers or just event organizer. You would find you would get a list of people. Here you could also filter by the location, and for example, we're interested in event organizers in Amsterdam. We could look for Amsterdam or just Netherlands, and we could try to contact these people through LinkedIn website directly. So for example, here we found different people working as event organizers in Netherlands. Of course, if you're looking on LinkedIn, maybe you are not interested to look for people working for companies already. You probably would be more interested to find event freelancers. Maybe someone calls themselves event freelancer, for example. Freelancer, here is a project manager, but I'm sure you can, for example, here, event freelancer in Netherlands, and you could try to contact these people and ask for assistance to find a venue. Disadvantage using LinkedIn is that if you don't have a paid plan on this platform, you would not be able to message these people. So in order to message, you might need to connect with them, and if they accept the connection, you will be able to write them a message. Talking about freelancers, I think the best platform to look for freelancers in different locations would be Upwork. So again, you could search for event organizer and in this platform, and later you could filter the given results by location. For example, if we would be looking for event organizers in Amsterdam, in Netherlands, we could filter search results by location. Here we cannot filter by the city, but we can only filter by the country. So this platform is showing us only those freelancers which are registered in Netherlands. So my search by event organizer found 3 people who would probably be able to help me. This platform doesn't have a possibility to contact people directly, to message them, so you would need to create a project and offer them to work on it. It's important to know that by having Upwork account, you could get much more results. So this was the window where I had searched for event organizing Netherlands without being logged in into the platform. But once I logged in, I can see a lot of different results, several pages. So and then you would click on a freelancer. If you can also filter by the different hourly rate, and you could click hire or invite to an existing project which you published. But if you click hire, you anyway have to create the full profile of your job description. So this is a great way to find freelancers around the world, and especially when you are looking for the venue in specific location or country. My tip number 4, or method number 4 for searching venue for your event would be looking at these 2 websites which I want to share with you. I personally didn't use these websites for looking for venues for my events, but I find them very useful, and I know people who use them successfully. So this one was suggested to me by one person who's organizing 20 to 30 events per year. It's quite straightforward. You would enter, for example, a city, Paris, and you would like to have an event with 100 attendees. You would be interested in a full day event. You provide the date. Let's say it is end of October, and for 2 days, and then you click find the place. The website will load for you different options with a map on the right side, which is very useful because if you know more or less in which part of the city you want to have an event, you could immediately spot on this map different venues suitable for your location, for your region. And then you can click into each venue and read the description, look at the photos, see the different options they are offering, and whenever you think you might be interested in contacting them, you could simply do that through this website. As far as I understood, you can send bulk requests to multiple venues. Of course, this is a broker, and they will be probably taking a commission from the venue. So with having this convenient website, probably it's worth use this service to find your venue. Another website which I was recently told about is Groups 360. As far as I understood, they are also providing service in searching for the venue. And the person who shared with me this company, he said that he was using them and it was very useful because this company is quite big and they have a relationship with different venues and hotels and places around the world. So whenever they are looking for the venue for you, the venues, the hotels, they would not want to mess with them and to give bad conditions because they know the reputation of this company is good. Actually, first I thought that this service is available only in United States, but when I was browsing their website and I went to meeting and event planners, it is the page for us, and they were saying that their group has access to more than 200,000 properties in 225 countries and territories around the globe. So I encourage you to test their service, to get in touch with them, and also we might be doing interview with them in the future as well. And this is method number 5. Actually, it will not be the last one because I prepared for you bonus method as well. But this is the method which I thought might be a best kept secret for some event organizers. But if you're a beginner event planner, you might not know about this. This happened to me after organizing 3 or 4 events. So the idea is that each country is interested in bringing tourists and bringing events, international events to their country or region or city. So many cities might have conference bureaus where they are motivated to help you to search for venues so that you bring international events to their city or their region. So, for example, if we would like to search for a venue in Amsterdam, we could do this kind of trick. Conference bureau, let me check how to spell it, Amsterdam. And here we can find the page for Amsterdam Convention Bureau. So actually you can search for conference or convention bureaus, and then you would contact them and try to ask if they could help you to find venues. For example, this Amsterdam Bureau says that they can advise you about the location, they can help you to shortlist the most suitable venues. And simply search for their contact data and ask for their help. And I'm sharing this trick because this was the way how we found venue in actually Amsterdam through this convention bureau. I'm really grateful to my event manager who shared this method, and I hope this is useful for you as well. And finally, my bonus method to find venues for your event, it would be going to Google Maps and looking for the hotels in the location you're interested in. For example, let's say we're interested to find a venue in Lisboa, in the capital of Portugal. We would zoom in to the Lisboa's map, and what we do, we would search for the hotels. And Google Maps will show us all these blue dots. These are the locations of different hotels. Keep in mind that not all hotels will be shown on the Google Maps using this method. And also keep in mind that maybe not always you will want to organize event inside the hotel, so you would have to be smart in searching Google Map for other kind of venues, for example, exhibition centers or conference centers. This could be also possible. So let's say if we want to scan for hotels, let's say in this area, we would like to create event in Oeiras region or suburb. We could just click on each of these blue flags. We go on the left side, we see the profile of the hotel, and we would need to go to their website. So how to find the website? If we scroll down, I think there should be some website. I'm looking for it. Looking. It's quite difficult. In the worst case, you could just search for this hotel in a general search of the Google, and then go to their website, to the hotel website, and look for page for events, for example here. So this is another possibility how you could scan for different locations where you could host event. Let me check if it's possible to find anything if we would look for conference room. So I searched for the conference room, and it did find some relevant information. For example, Lisbon Congress Center, which might be good for your big events. There are some kind of parks. I'm not sure what's that, but possibly they have some rooms for rent for different events. Congress Center, it could be also a possibility to search for a Congress Center in the area, and by this way you could find different other locations which you can contact and ask if you could host the event there. So I do hope that these tips were helpful for you, and you will be able to find venue much faster and easier in different countries and locations. And as I mentioned before, don't forget to check my other video where I explain the process, how we are looking for the venues and how we keep track about what is available in the location we're interested and what offers we're getting. And of course, if you know other methods how to look for venues for international events, please leave the comment below this video so that we can read and learn from you as well. And finally, don't forget to subscribe below to the YouTube channel of Klex Events. Click the notification bell as well, because here we talk about virtual events, technology for virtual events, as well as in-person conferences, how to organize them, how to be a good event organizer. And if you have any questions, please comment below this video. We will respond to you, and let's keep in touch. Bye bye.